Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dan and the Man.
In today's episode, we are going to be teaching you how to upload a Google slide into Google Classroom.
When you've logged back into Google Classroom, you should first click the class that you belong to. Here you can see that I have two new homeworks. First is a Google slide task for Dan. I think I'm going to click on it.
Now, the homework that you have been set by your teacher, Dan, is a Google slide task. It says that I would like you to create a Google slide all about Milton Keynes. Now, can you remember where you need to go to start your Google slide, Dan?
You need to go to Add or Create.
That's right. So we're going to go over to Add or Create, and it will bring us a list of different options that we can go on to. We have docs, slides, sheets, and drawings. Which one do you think we're going to click on today, Dan?
I think we need to click on Google Slide.
Good. You can see here that the Google slide is being created. Once it is finished creating, it will come up with a box here, and all you need to do is to click onto that box. And this will open up the Google Slides page.
Mr. Man, it does look quite a lot like PowerPoint.
It is, Dan. Google Slides is just like Microsoft PowerPoint, but the great thing about it is that whenever you're doing your work, it saves automatically for you. So if we were to put Milton Keynes as our title, you can see that the last edit was seconds ago, and every time, you can see here, that we are adding to it, the document is saving. And I'm going to add here by Dan. Now, the first page is being created. This is our title page. It looks a bit boring at the moment, Dan, doesn't it? What would you do to make it look more interesting?
I change the letters to make them more colourful.
You change the letters to make them more colourful. Okay, so if you want to change the letters to make them look more colourful, what you can do is highlight the text, and then you click on to the capital A with text colour, and you change the colour of the text.
That looks cool.
How else could we make it look better, Dan?
We could put it in bold.
We could put it in bold. So again, we highlight the text, and then we click on this B, which makes it stand out more. Again, I can do that for the bottom part. Highlight the text, and then press B for bold. What do you think of the background, Dan?
It's really boring. I just think it could be a lot better.
It is boring. So can you see here, we have this button that says background. We're going to click onto that. And what we can do is we can change the color of the background. So we can change it to yellow, blue. That just gives us a solid background. Alternatively, we could choose an image. And what I could do, because my PowerPoint today is all about Milton Keynes, my Google slide, is all about Milton Keynes, I could add a picture of Milton Keynes to the background. So click on the picture and then press insert. And then done.
Cool.
Now, what I want to do is I want to add some other slides to my Google slide, and I'm going to start to add some more information to it. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus sign here, which says new slide. And that will bring us a new page to add to our Google slide.
As you can see, me and Mr. Man have chosen landmarks for our next slide. But Mr. Man, is there a way to change the background? Because it's still pretty boring.
Yeah, it is quite boring, isn't it, Dan? We can actually change the theme of the slides. So what I'm going to do is to click here where it says theme. And down the right-hand side, there are a list of different options that you can choose for the theme. So let's click onto this one. And it will change maybe the font that's in there. It will change the color of the backgrounds as well. And it's always worth just having a look through the different themes to see if there's one that you like.
Awesome.
So let's, maybe that one. Do you like that one?
I like it.
I like it, but can you see it's got rid of the picture on the first slide?
Oh, no.
Let's keep that one though, shall we?
Okay. Mr. Mann, I've got a great fact for a landmark. Did you know that Stadium MK has over 30,500 seats?
Wow, I didn't know that, Dan. That's a great fact. Now, what do you think of the text and the way that you've written that in?
I think it's tiny.
It is very
shouldn't be.
small.
I think it should be bigger.
Do you know how we make it bigger, Dan?
Oh yeah, I remember from the last video. You go to the top and click the plus.
That's right. Now, what do you think of the text that we're using, the font?
Still boring again. It's always boring.
It is, isn't it? So let's change the font into something a bit more exciting. We're going to click here where it says Calibri, which is a type of font, and we're going to change it to something different. Would you like to choose one, Dan?
My favourite, Roboto Mono.
You love Roboto Mono, Dan. What would you like? Would you like medium? There we go. So, Dan, did you know that when you've written the fact here, you can also put it in a bullet point list? And this is really good for when you're writing different facts. Another thing you can do is you can also put it in a numbered list. So you can either click on bullet points or numbers. And next to each of those options, there are different ways that you can do your bullet points. You could choose arrows, you could choose stars, but I think we're going to stick to bullet points.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Mr. Mann, is there a way I can add an image of the Stadium MK?
Of course you can. What you need to do is you go up to the top where it says insert, and then you go to image. And there are two different ways that you can upload an image. You can either upload it from your computer, so I'll show you this way first of all, and you're going to find a picture that you have saved on your computer already. Here's one of Stadium MK.
Nice.
Now you can see that the image is very big, so what I would want to do is to shrink it down. I do that by dragging from the corner until it's the suitable size. Another way that you can upload a picture is to go back to insert an image, and you can also search the web. So I'd put in here MK Dons Stadium. You can see there's quite a few pictures here of Stadium MK. I'm going to choose this one. So I've got one picture with all 30,500 people in the stadium, and then one without anyone in there at all, apart from the players.
It's a lot like when we did it on Google Docs, isn't it?
It is very similar. That's a great first slide, Dan.
But Mr. Mann, why is that word underlined in red?
What, landmarks? That's underlined in red because it's not been spelled correctly. Now, to check your spellings, what you can do is you can go to the top where it says tools, and then go down to spelling, and you can go to spell check. Now you can see here that landmarks was spelled incorrectly, and they're going to ask you to change it to the correct spelling. What you can do is you can press here, change, and it will correct that word for you.
That is so useful.
It is useful. If you wanted to add more slides to your Google slide, what you would need to do is do exactly what you did before and click on the plus sign. Next to that, there is an arrow where it says the different layouts that you could have. We're just going to keep the original layout, and we're going to click on the plus sign. Okay, so that's created a new slide. Now, again, you would add all your information in, you could add your pictures in. There are also other things that you can insert, such as text boxes, videos, shapes and charts and diagrams. You could insert some word art, which is some fancy text to put into your Google slide.
So like a title?
Exactly, yeah. There's also other options to learn about, including transitions, so you can get your writing to move about the page so that it can fly into your screen. But I don't think we need to learn about that just yet. Let's just get used to the basics.
Okay.
Now, when you're ready to hand your homework in to your teacher, now what you need to do is you go back to the Google Classroom page. Remember, you don't need to save it anywhere because Google Slides saves it automatically for you. So we can get rid of this screen. To hand your homework in, all you need to do is to click onto this box where it says hand in. I'll just show you that, but when we click on here, it brings your work back up. It saved it for you. We haven't lost anything.
Thank goodness.
It's all there. So I'm going to come off of that screen again, And here where it says hand in, we're going to press that button. It says one attachment will be submitted for Google slide task for Dan. Hand in. Now, if there was some extra work that you wanted to add to your Google slide and you've not quite finished, you want to finish it off another time, maybe just let your teacher know and you can press unsubmit, and this will allow you to carry on with the work that you were doing before. But you're happy, so we're going to hand it in. Your teacher will then receive it on their end, and then they will be able to add their private comments for you to receive.
Mr. Mann, I know I've definitely uploaded my work because it's no longer in the upcoming section. But how do I know whether the teacher has marked it?
If you want to see whether or not your teacher has marked it, what you need to do is go up to the classwork section, and then you can go to view your work. Now here we can see that you have had 3 previous tasks that have been set for you. You were missing your work on the 11th of November.
Oh, no.
And you have 2 pieces of work that are due in today. One of them has been assigned to you, and this means that you still need to do it. And one of them you've handed in, which is great. And that was your Google slide task for Dan.
Ooh.
It says here that there is a comment that has been done. And when we click onto it, it says, "Amazing work, Dan. Well done for uploading your homework. Try to add more facts to your slide next time." It's great feedback, isn't it, Dan?
Yes, it is.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Dan and the Man.
In next week's episode, we're going to be teaching you how to upload a Google form into Google Classrooms. So bye from me.
Bye from me.